Good morning, everybody. My name is Rossley. I'm here with my colleague, Kyle Harvey. We're both with Baird Warner. We sell luxury real estate in downtown Chicago, and we're here today to talk to you about what's happening in the luxury real estate market. Good morning, Kyle.
Good morning, Ann, on this, as we said, warm, sunny day in Chicago.
Yeah, it's a beautiful summer day for sure. And we were just before going on air talking about our weekends. We both had lovely weekends. I don't have anything big to report. Do you have anything big to report?
No, I don't have much to report. I've just, people are going away. It's starting to look like a regular summer, not a COVID summer, where people sort of activity dips a little bit in late July, and I think it'll continue till sort of mid-August.
Yeah, I think you might be right, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit in stats. They're putting, as everybody knows, I live right across from Grant Park, and so I've been watching the Lollapalooza stages go up. We always have mixed feelings about Lollapalooza in this building because, it's fun to see the activity come back, but it is a challenge to get around Chicago during Lollapalooza weekend. So it'll be interesting to see how many people really show up and go, and they say it's sold out, so we'll see.
I bet you it's crazy. Our governor's going.
Oh, is that right? I hadn't heard that.
Announced. All right. Woohoo.
4 days, all day pass. That's a marathon. Anyway, as usual, we are going to talk statistics today. This is our luxury episode, so we are going to talk about luxury homes. We're going to talk about trends in luxury homes. Then we're going to share some beautiful luxury home sales that have taken place this year. So with that, I suppose it's time to get to the stats, right?
Excellent. Yes.
All right. So Chicago market update. I don't have a lot of information, just a few slides this week. Again, this is year to date for North Chicago Township and Lakeview Township volume. And again, just to show you, not only is volume year to date and closed transactions much higher than last year, but higher than the year before, which was a normal year. So what's taken place in the Chicago market is it's been strong, strong, strong.
And North Chicago, for people who don't follow us every week, and why don't you? North Chicago Township are the Gold Coast, Streeterville, and
up
really
to Fullerton, actually.
All the way to Fullerton, and then Lakeview is further north.
Right. Basically Fullerton to Devon. Okay. So under contract year to date, same thing, much ahead of the two previous years, and no sense going into the specifics there, just to know we're up. But then I wanted to look at months supply of single family homes for sale in our 4 big single family home neighborhoods. And
wait, can you get rid of Ann Rossley, Kyle Harvey, because we're missing the bottom of the chart. Thank you. Good.
I need like a stick on my forehead every week to do that. Okay. So here's what I thought was interesting. As Kyle mentioned earlier, I think we've hit the bottom. And now month supply is coming back. We had so little inventory there for a while. And I think probably the message from statistics is that it's beginning to return to a more normal market. Although if you look at single family inventory, 3 months, 2.7, 2.2, and 1.2, it doesn't look like it quite yet. Condos.
Wait, let's go back though. Do you mind if we go back?
No.
The ones for which there's low inventory, it doesn't mean that there aren't great homes for sale or there aren't homes that go on the market. They just sell fast. So
yes.
That West Town and North Center, they're selling fast.
Yes.
That's why there's so few months. Not necessary. It's the combined people trying to get houses while interest rates are low.
Right. Exactly right. So as soon as they go on the market, they're going under contract. Month supply of homes for sale for condominiums is a bit different. And we've been talking about this every week, that inventory in the near north and loop is 8 months. But again, look, 8 months here, look where we were.
Yeah.
So it's coming down. As you know, 6 months is the static mark. Condos like single family homes in Lincoln Park and Lakeview, not much inventory. They're selling fast. So that's that. But here, this is what I thought was interesting. Homes for sale. It's coming back a little. See how these charts go. They're coming back. Whoops. Didn't mean to go blue. They're coming back. And then under contract, the number of properties under contract has gone way down.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, there was a frenzy. So when we say way down, please note that they're still at, they're at peaks now. If you look at the charts, where we are now is the peak of the other time. So
right.
Exactly
relax. Right. We were out of control busy up here.
Yes.
Absolutely. Now we're just like a normal
peak.
Like
April,
peak. May.
Yeah.
And here's the interesting thing. This represents June, right?
Right.
This is April, May. So
right.
The point is, we're every bit as strong as a typical other year at the highest point of the market.
Yes,
well said.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there are no tears for this number. This is a great number.
No, that's exactly right. But if you're a buyer, you don't want it to be up at this peak because there's too much going on. It's difficult to compete. It's difficult to get your offer accepted. You're paying a little bit more money. Granted, you're getting lower interest rates, so it's offsetting, but still it's much more comfortable to be at this level in terms of number of properties going under contract. And it appears that we're holding steady with the number of properties on the market and starting to maybe even come up. So again, to Kyle's point from earlier, I think we're going back to more of a normal market.
Yeah. No, good news for Chicago. It's still a strong market, still very exciting, but not crazy. It used to be that people were like, wait, I can't even reflect on whether to make an offer. I have to just jump right in and make an offer. And the answer is now you get maybe overnight. You can overnight. That's it.
Yeah. You can think for a couple hours. Okay.
Yes, a couple hours, not make a decision in the driveway of the home you just saw.
That's right. All right.
All righty. So where are we going now? Top design trends?
We're going to talk about design trends. Yes. We came across this article from Mansion Global, which is one of our favorite sites, and Mansion Global is very highly connected to our luxury arm, which is Luxury Portfolio International. So there was an article that talked about the 6 trends going on in luxury. I'm going to share my screen and pull this up. 6 luxury design trends for 2021. All right.
And what's great about this list is sometimes they contradict each other. Some of these trends contradict each other. So, and you'll see as we go through it. But it just shows what people are thinking about.
All right. Take it away, Kyle.
Okay, I'm going to start with the multifunctional home. So people want their spaces to serve more than one purpose. For example, there are a lot of people who want a big open kitchen so that the kitchen can also be sort of a gathering space for a party. It used to be when you had a party, you sort of walled off your kitchen and, closed the door and you didn't want anyone to see. Now, that's a gathering point for a party. And so it's offices, it's living rooms, it's multifunctional. So they, because we're home so much, you need a really adaptable space. What do you think? What do you think about the multifunction?
Yeah, well, multifunction, right. And they mentioned in the article about screens and how one designer is using screens. I've seen in a couple homes over the recent years where people have used the shoji screens or sliding screens to separate spaces off. People like open spaces, and So
But we're going to come to the point that you're just making.
yeah, we are. Yeah. Okay. This one is not a surprise. I think we've all seen this one coming even before COVID, and that was the statement office. Used to be people would work on the kitchen counter or wherever, but people are looking now to have spaces within their homes that are dedicated to the office where they can really amp up the tech capabilities, smart, presentable, different tone from the rest of the house. If you're working from home, you want to feel like you're actually leaving the office when you go into your living room or kitchen. So, they're doing gallery, library type settings for their offices and so forth. So statement offices.
I think also, now that we've been working from home, we want it to be in a nice room. I got to tell you, I sometimes sit at my kitchen counter and do work, and after a while, it's uncomfortable. And so you sort of need an ergonomic, you need it to be attractive so that you don't get depressed that you're constantly at work. So I totally get it. What I love are these Zoom stages. They're part of the fun.
I haven't mastered that one yet. You have your beautiful room behind you.
Sort of. Sometimes I bring my plant out, but my big plant has rejected me by losing all of its leaves. It's starting to come back, but it's still sort of I feel sort of hurt. But anyway, but look at those.
What kind of plant is that? Is that a fiddle leaf? What is that?
Yes, it's a fiddle leaf, and one day it just threw off all of its leaves. I don't know. But look at how darling that multicolored bookshelf is. You've seen, at least, when I watch PBS NewsHour, all the reporters have these really great backgrounds that are just as interesting and supposed to be somewhat revealing of them. I just love it. So having and look at some of these. Look at those great Zoom backdrops.
Yes, absolutely. The thing about having a good Zoom background is you almost have to sit in front of your desk to get the whole, thing going.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah. Okay. All right. Laid back living. Laid back living. By that, they're saying that going to more natural and not so precious of materials. More of the woods and rusticy metals. And they're talking about sculptural, like this couch, sculptural couches, soft, not so rectilinear. So that's kind of what they're talking about in terms of the laid back living. You see that?
That Swedish thing, hygge, or whatever they call it, where you're sort of, thank you. Where everything tactile, comfortable, just a feeling of natural products, and it makes you feel very comfortable. And when we look at these pictures that show it or exemplify it, you really get it.
Absolutely.
So I have to redo my entire place.
Okay.
Well, this is interesting, blending inside and out, and this is more of an option for warmer climates than we have necessarily here. But there are a number of buildings. I think of 9 Walton, for example, this very luxury condo building where they have large outdoor spaces, and they've built in heat lamps so that you can use it for 9 months of the year and have that indoor-outdoor feel of a real room out there rather than just a place that you have your grill.
In reading this article, I came up with a term that I hadn't known before. It's the term called biophilic design, a way of connecting the interior to the exterior, the exterior to the interior, to nature, so that they blend, so to speak. And it includes having these outdoor spaces, but also like making them more cohesive in their design. So, the other thing too, Kyle, and we see this a lot now, is used to be outdoor furniture was an afterthought,
Right.
right? Where you just kind of have your table and chairs outside, and that's no longer the case. Outdoor furniture has become a big deal, where you have lounge chairs, you have, just whole, the outdoor kitchen, you have the whole thing, but actually making it feel like it's decorated together, I guess, is this whole biophilic design thing.
And they've also really worked to develop fabrics that there's so many more fabrics that work outside because of technology. Now, it will not be the soft, beautiful, cashmere or whatever leather stuff that you'll have on the inside that we just talked about before, but they'll look like it, and they will be able to withstand weather.
Right. Absolutely right. And the last big trend is making rooms, which we were talking about, how they talk about the big open spaces that are multifunctional, but then they also say making rooms. And I think this has maybe been started with the COVID. What do you think?
Oh, totally.
Do people want their retreat rooms or whatever?
I think there's a sense that when you have an open kitchen and a big area, when somebody's working in the, and somebody comes in to, make dinner, you're sort of like, get out, I'm trying to work. And the answer is, well, where do I go? So
Right.
I'm thinking about, I opened up my kitchen 10 years ago, and now I'm thinking, good Lord, I'd like to get rid of that kitchen, because it's right in the middle of everything, and I don't use the kitchen all that much. So there's starting to be a sense of all this openness is actually not as helpful.
Well, and again, it goes back to what the psychologist told us during COVID, that in order to, if you're going to be at home, you need to have separate areas that help you transition mentally into the different functions. Your work room, your relax room, your sleeping room, and making rooms. We're seeing more and more kitchens where they're separate. Look at the floor plan for the Ritz-Carlton residences. Their kitchens they're open to the living room, but they're tucked back. It's not part of the big great room that we've seen for years and years. I wonder what's going to happen in years ahead, Kyle. Remember 20 years ago in the suburbs, how they'd always have the 2-story foyer, and we're kind of done with the 2-story foyer now, right? So are these open kitchens going to at some point be like that? I don't know. I don't know if it'll ever go that far, but.
Well, but so for some places, like 9 Walton, you could put a wall. You could close it a bit and not lose space. But there are a lot of condos that have been developed, some of the 3 flat condos where the living room, dining room space is combined with the kitchen. And if you closed it off, that living room, dining room space would be really small. Right. It wouldn't be big enough. And so I always think about that. There needs to be enough space, because I do believe we're going to go to, I don't necessarily need my kitchen in my living room.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, all interesting things. Yeah. So here's Mansion Global. This is the link where if you want to see this article or other articles. And then if you're really interested in learning more about biophilic design, Modzi has an article called 17 Ways to Get Biophilic Design into Your Home. Mm-hmm. So that's it for luxury trends for 2021.
Excellent. Well, so let's look at what's selling in Chicago. So the reason we thought about doing this article is, the central city has been has had a slowdown during COVID and during the civil unrest.
Right.
And this is at a time when we were delivering some big time buildings with really fancy properties, and the suburbs got really hot. And Dennis Rodkin reported last week that the rich have not abandoned Chicago. The rich are still buying, and the rich are still buying in central Chicago because they believe in it. They believe it's, as I do, a great place to live.
Right.
And great value for your money. So we're sharing with you today some of the recent sales. So I went back 1 month and looked at recent sales. What did you look at? You start.
No, you go ahead and start.
Okay,
I want to see what you got.
I'm going to start with, we'll go back and forth. So I'm going to start with a property that I have really liked. I'm going to look, share screen. Hold on. I'm going to share. This is a property that is across the street from me. And it's and I've actually been in this unit. It is a beautiful duplex apartment at the old Ambassador West Hotel. The Ambassador West Hotel was redeveloped as luxury condos in the early 2000s. Mm-hmm. So this one closed 3 weeks ago, almost 4 weeks ago, for almost $5 million. Now it started much higher, and so it got 63% of its list after about 2 years on market, which is tough because this is wait till you see the pictures, beautiful. So it's 5 bedrooms, 5.5 and 1.5 bath, 3 car parking in this beautiful garage. The HOA, the homeowner's assessment, is a hefty $6,000 on top of $124,000 a year in taxes.
Wow.
And I think that may have slowed down the interest in this property. But
sure.
Wait, you see this beautiful terrace. Okay, there we go. We'll start with the terrace. That's their terrace.
That's lovely.
And it's big, that's 800 square feet, looking out over the skyline of Chicago. What a pretty day to take that picture too. So this is the entrance and the stairway. I mean, how sexy is that staircase? Beautiful floors. Their design aesthetic is beautiful, but look at, this is their living room. I think, so this was an old granny type hotel. And they made it, when they developed it, they just made it beautiful. They did beautiful things and maximized these older window shapes without actually changing the exterior. It's just beautiful. Here's their dining room. Kitchen is huge. The party I went to was in this kitchen. This kitchen makes it look small. It's a huge kitchen. Look how beautiful that is. Oh. No, I thought that was just a sexy half bath. This is the main bedroom. So pretty. And this looks small. It's an enormous room. So these rooms are just enormous. Beautiful. Wow. Look at that bedroom. This is one of the bedrooms that's been turned into an office. Just as we said, that beautiful statement office. Now, this is the upstairs great room entertainment space for which you could do that transitional living. Those doors open all the way, inside, outside living. A nice grass cloth or what do you call that?
Jute or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Beautiful. So that's all I got for this beautiful home. So it sold for just under $5 million.
Wow.
Stop sharing.
That's sensational.
I thought it was beautiful.
Yeah. Okay, let me pull mine up here. Got my Curbio update in the way. Here we go. So the property that I am sharing with you today, let me pull my note.
Ooh, look at that.
Yes, this is 2435 Burling. So this is just north of Fullerton, just east of Halstead. Beautiful. And this property was a Baird Warner listing. I need to put my reading glasses on, excuse me. Boy, it's great getting old, isn't it? Okay, so this sold for $7.5 million in March. And it's on a 50-foot wide lot. And I just can't
In
wait
that
to show you.
neighborhood, wow.
I cannot wait to show you these photographs. This is the back of the home.
Oh.
And these shots I like. They're interesting because they kind of show you the flow. We're looking from the foyer into the living room and then down the hallway. Excuse me. This home is a 5-bedroom, 6 full, 2 half baths, 15 rooms total.
I love the way they hide the coat closet. Did you see that in that little pillar?
Right
in
here,
there?
yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, isn't that
Very
nice?
subtle. Nicely done.
Wallpaper, you know, talk about trends. Wallpaper, I know it never went away, but it's really back now.
It sort of went away.
And big statement wallpaper too,
Yeah.
right? I'm seeing
Yeah.
that everywhere. Look at this.
So
Isn't
pretty.
that lovely. And this area toward the front is its own little nook with its own little fireplace. Isn't that adorable?
Beautiful.
Big kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
And look at this. Isn't that pretty with all the windows?
Is that room you were pointing out earlier?
No, this is a different one.
Oh my God.
They really do these seating areas with the fireplace. Butler's pantry. I think this may be the nicest butler's pantry I've ever seen.
I would live in there. I love it.
Isn't that great? I love it, love it. Here's a different shot of it.
Oh.
You can see how it flows through.
You have to
Okay.
be entertained to have this house because it'd be a shame not to.
Wouldn't it? I know. So I'm not showing bedrooms here, but I wanted to show how you get to the 3rd floor and how pretty this big open hallway. Look at all these beautiful built-ins, and then you go up. And this I thought was such a fun and whimsical bathroom with the map wallpaper.
It's for the kids, probably. What a great
Isn't that cute?
Love it.
Teach geography while you get. Okay, now we're on the 3rd floor.
Oh,
Check this out. Isn't this cool? We talked about the natural materials, right? Look at that. And then they've got the bar over here. Oh, yeah, it just keeps going. Oh, okay. So then this wasn't mentioned in luxury, but luxury home, the bigger and the better the mudroom, the bigger and the better the home, right?
Well, certainly
Look at
that shows how really fantastic you are. If you have a mudroom that is that glorious. Yeah.
Isn't that terrific? And of course, it's a luxury home when you have your own basketball court.
Afterwards, I'm going to want to hear whose this was and all about that. But we're not. Oh my God! Look at that.
Look at the outside. Isn't that awesome?
Is that
And
the
here's
ground?
a different view of it. How you walk up and have that raised.
Oh.
Yeah. I wonder if the basketball court isn't under here, and that's why it's raised.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
So anyway, so again, $7.5 million on a 50-foot wide lot. It was built in 2013. So there's that luxury home. You want to do your one more luxury home, and then we'll do our Curbio update.
We'll do a quick tour of. Hold on. Share.
I just love looking at people's homes, don't you?
I do too. Share. So this is a great home in on the south end of Bucktown, and the reason I chose it is I'm about to have a listing that's sort of the same feel. So if you're interested in this kind of house, let me know. It's going to come on soon. It's 1622 North Wolcott, and it closed on July 1st. The price was $3.725, and it sold in just over 2 months, and so it got 94% of its list price. You know, Ann and I keep talking about how if you price it right, you get much more likely to get your list price close to your list price or even better. So this is a 6-bedroom, 6.5 bath, 4-car garage. It's a large lot, not quite as large as the one on Burling, but close, and it's 7,000 square feet. Now, it doesn't have a ton of outdoor space. It has 2 roof decks, one in the garage and one in the house, but it's pretty great. Okay, so here we go. I'm doing this wrong. There we go. So this is the living room.
Oh.
Very cool, open space. What a dramatic staircase. Tons of light, as you can see. They've maximized the light on the sides and the back. So it's a bright, pretty room. Looks like a high ceiling, pretty kitchen, separate. I mean, this will have a great room next to it, but it's separate from the fancy living area. I like to look at a bedroom, nice, big, pretty bedroom. Look at all those windows. You know that they'll have blackout shades behind the curtains. This is the main bathroom. Look at that.
Really nice sized rooms in this home.
Yes, and they do, and you can see from the textures that, again, the chosen, the woods, the rich woods, the natural, very much a feeling of natural materials. And I love that green door. Maybe it's because who doesn't love looking at people's closets? Look at that closet. Now, you and I would have recommended that they move things out so that it looked much. This is how they probably live. This has got their stuff in it. I would have done, but it doesn't seem to matter. They have this nice home gym with all, and then of course we all needed to see this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they've got their glasses all there, and they're good to go.
They're ready. You could have a party in there. Be a little chill. Have a nice party.
Have your own little private tasting with your sommelier.
Yes. And they show you the outdoor spaces. So the back deck and the deck over the garage. Now, you and I would have counseled them to take their pictures in the summertime if they were ever thinking of, especially the outdoor pictures, if they're ever thinking of moving, because this is probably so much prettier in the summertime. But in any event, there you go. That's all I have.
Lovely.
Stopping share.
Love it. All right. I just want to do one quick share. Yeah, the Curbio update. Here we go. All right. So in case you aren't aware, we're working on an update to get a home ready for sale using Curbio. So my seller's not paying for it until it sells. Here's our progress so far. We're right on schedule, planned to be done to get it on the market September 15th. We're in the middle of demo right now. And Mike has reached out to my seller to say, hey, we've demoed, we've reserved the elevator and that's the other thing. When you're in a condo, you have to reserve the elevator to take out your debris. So everything's demoed. I don't have tons of pictures here, but the good news is we're right on schedule and ready to go. So be able to bring you hopefully some new construction photographs next week.
Because that's a real opportunity. It's a real to redo a place and get more for it. I know it seems like it's a lot of work, but by using Curbio, you're shifting some of that risk to the sale.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. So that's that. So that is our episode this week, everyone. Thank you for watching. It's a pleasure talking to you about luxury homes. And if you have any questions, please let us know. Comment below, share our show with your friends, subscribe on YouTube, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Anything else, Kyle?
That's it. Have a great week.